some of you. So my name is Liz DeRoyce. Thank you for joining today. And I have is 52 CEOs, and I coach and consult entrepreneurs and executives to achieve optimal success. Just like it says, 52 weeks out of the year, both personally and professionally. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know a little bit about myself. I've been a court reporter for 28 years. I've done some other things. In the meantime, I owned a high-end retail store along with that and some other small jobs here and there, and always felt like something was missing, but never quite could put my finger on it. And so I just continued court reporting. And during that time, I had the pleasure of listening. Believe it or not, I did find it a pleasure. I really enjoyed listening to all the grand jury testimony and arbitrations and depositions because I learned a little bit about a lot of different things. And I found that enjoyable. That was one thing. I kind of made a game out of it and would try to increase my tran rate every day because I worked on a steno machine and would try to get more and more of the testimony daily. So I learned everything from, the different reasons why medical malpractice. Yes, there are some errors, but a lot of times I learned that it's sometimes just as basic as communication. And the same with some of the business litigation that I got to listen to, and personal injury, and just most recently divorces, and probably the last since I've been here in North Carolina, about 13 years, we've done divorce cases. And I really found it kind of came down to a few different things why these problems occur. And so I studied the people, their behaviors, their facial features, their postures, and I applied some of those strategies to my own life and found them so beneficial that I didn't even realize I was doing it until COVID. And COVID hit and the world shut down, and people were calling me and asking me for advice, come for a walk, in the neighborhood. I really need your opinion on something. And that's when kind of coaching found me, believe it or not. I was a very, successful and still am in Queen City court reporting, but really I couldn't believe the shift. And it was the piece that I was missing when I started coaching people. And it was a friend of mine who mentioned it. And I said, you might be onto something. So I got certified as a coach and went back to court reporting, but could never shake that feeling of wanting to help people. And it was so enjoyable, so much more enjoyable than court reporting itself. And so I sat down and I wrote down the different strategies that I was applying to my own life and these people, my friends and family that I was just coaching on the side. And I sat down one night and started typing, and I ended with 52. And so I thought about, okay, 52 weeks in a year, cards in a deck. So I went ahead and put the strategies and made them literally into a deck of cards. And started kind of just, making a game out of it. Because that's what I was doing in my life anyway. Tried to make it fun and play a game literally against myself every day. And I would write down what my intention was, whatever it was that day. Maybe it was just something random like inventory, taking an inventory of the things that I had in my life and trying to be more mindful or appreciative of one extra thing. So the 1% was what I kind of focused on how I could be better each day. And really just competing against myself, whether it was my habits or my beliefs, kind of really asking myself, is that belief serving me? Taking really an inventory of my thoughts and my attitudes and perspectives. And I found that made a huge difference. So I started one-on-one coaching last year after going back to court reporting after COVID, but I just couldn't shake it. So I decided to give it a little bit of a try and was very successful with one-on-one coaching. I was able to help people achieve their goals. They got personalized results. It was accountability. I did it virtually only. I've never done in person, but I found virtual all over the world. It was very convenient. Entrepreneurs and executives, you got to build rapport and have consistency. And this is where I'm at now. So the competition was, and still is, YouTube videos. A lot of people think they can go ahead and do this on their own. Unfortunately, as we all know, sometimes what happens is we get into patterns and we think, oh, I'm going to do that, but then they don't have any follow through. And one of the main ways to achieve a goal, you can get up to 95% probability that you'll achieve a goal if you have a coach or someone who you are making an appointment with. It's kind of like a workout buddy, but if you go a step up and you have a trainer, you're more likely to go ahead and go to the gym and follow through the same thing with some of the goals. And so those are some of my competitors, which are still there. And now I'm focused on where do I go next? Do I go into group coaching, which I have myself had experience with and have really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the experience of meeting like-minded people and getting their feedback as opposed to one-on-one coaching. And my program is a year-long program, and I'm debating on whether to go with this model or something else. And so the group coaching model would basically be a weekly discussion, a year-long program with feedback and networking, accountability, and support. Or I could do other things like provide an app, which I hadn't even thought of until last week's meeting, or small mastermind groups of people in similar fields. I have been hired to do a speaking engagement. And so I'm trying to figure out where to go next. And that's basically why I'm here. And so here's my contact info. And I know the main question is, what can we do for you as a community? I'm looking for feedback. What would you like to see in terms of a coaching model, whatever it is? So that was 6 minutes. Wow, I really worked hard at getting it down to 6 minutes because I could talk about this for a long time. But that's why I'm here, to kind of get some feedback on where you guys would utilize a coach. Would it be in a group coaching model, or would you like to see more of a mastermind? Because the one-on-one coaching, although I get great results, it's very time consuming. I'm exchanging my time, obviously, for the money, and it's not scalable. I can't bring it up to a next level. And so I thank you for listening and look forward to getting your questions and feedback.
Thank you so much, Liz.